Hey y'all, I'm back again. So I've got this set, well actually it's one hand that I've recorded, so I am recording the right hand, and this is gonna have an acrylic cut. It's gonna have two acrylic cuts actually in this set. I didn't really like it, not gonna lie. I love this hand, I didn't like the other hand, but I mean, it's up to you. You can decide whether you like it or not. So I've just gone in here with my Snow White from CJP, and I am just creating a free edge. So I'm just making an extension on the end, and I am feathering that back, and then just making sure I've got enough product, and then I'm going to go in and just ombre this finger. I've already gone in, I've prepped and primed and pushed back the cuticles and cleansed all of these nails before I applied the forms. I got a niggly little piece of acrylic there, I seen it. So I'm just patting down at the back, and then I am going to feather that cover pink down. I believe that I used NSI rose blush for this. I do love rose blush. Rose blush is a cute, and that is what I used. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in over that because you can see where I feathered my white back not very well. It's quite thick, so there is still no apex there, so I'm going to go back in with my cover pink and just cover that over, and then feather that down, and then I will just cap the tip of this nail in crystal glass by CJP. Then you're gonna lose me, unfortunately. My camera is not a very wide lens, and unfortunately I go out of shot for the first section of the next nail and the two clear bases on the other two nails, which you'll see in a second. I have cropped it out because there's no point in you just watching my hand on my thumb. There you go. So I'm just pulling it back into shot there. You can see that I've already done the white at the cuticle area, and then I've cut that with my craft knife, and then gone in with the silver on a little, it's just silver glitter on a little bead of clear acrylic. And then I've capped that in crystal clear as well, and then finally I realised that I was out of shot and I have moved my client's hand back. So when I work, sometimes I do have a tendency to pull their hands really close to me because I do wear glasses, and when I've not got my glasses on, stupid, I can't see, and I'm just terrible at wearing my glasses. I'm too vain. I'm so vain. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't have my glasses on. I had her hand pulled too close to me, and you missed some. Okay, so now you're going to see the rest of the set. So here I have already got my clear base down. I'm just going in at the free edge with a thin strip of Snow White by CJP, and I'm going to sort of make that thick enough at the free edge, but then I'm going to thin it out as it goes back up to her natural free edge. The reason that I'm doing that is because I want the center to be ombre. So I've gone in there with my cuticle bead of cover pink, and I am feathering that down as I would a normal ombre nail, but I am just doing a very thin ombre nail. I'm going to try and keep that nice and neat with my brush anyway, but I will just quickly file down the sides of that anyway when it's dry before I put in anything on the sides. So I'm just making sure that my ombre looks cute and neat, and then I will cap that in crystal glass. So I'm just going to cap the strip down the center, so then it's easier for me to file when I come back to it. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in to my cut nail, and I am going to go in with Ash by CJP. I do like Ash a lot. I do like it. All I'm going to do is put that up to my already made wall, and then I'm going to let it set for a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut it with my craft knife, and then it is literally just repeating the same process down this nail. That's why I wasn't overly concerned that you missed the 2 first beads. I have done these cuts before, so if you do need to see the cuticle one, then you can pop back to one of my other videos that are very similar, and you will see me put down the cuticle bead on there and cut it as well, but it is just repeating the same process. So my craft knife has got a very blunt blade. I have got a clear base underneath that nail as well, so then I don't damage my client's finger while I'm cutting away. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do. Wait for that to dry and then go in with another colour and another line of acrylic. And then I just carry on that process all the way up. You can do this any way you want as well. You can do like just the 3 colours in the middle and then cap it off in white at the end. Not cap it off in white, don't cap it off in white. Just finish it off with just white at the end, or you can continue your colours in order that you've already started. It's entirely up to you, it gives it different looks. But yeah, I've just gone in with the cover pink here and then doing exactly the same again, pushing it back so I've got a nice wall. I will wait for a few seconds, let that dry a little bit, and I will either cut it if I think it needs it, or I will just file it once it's dried, and then put in another. Oh, there you go, I'm going to cut it. Obviously can't remember, I did this last week. So God, I've got such a bad memory, honest to God. But yeah, just cutting it, and then I will come back and do another white section as well. While I'm here, just let me share this news with you. I wanted to go and do a one-to-one with Kylie Wary, who I was talking about in my last video, and I found out she lives 2.5 hours drive away, which is a big deal for me because I get so freaking stressed when I have to drive somewhere new. But I was going to do it anyway because I thought it's so worth it. And then she put up a post. She's in my hometown in March, and I have bought myself a place. I'm so excited. Okay, back to this. So yeah, whatever I learned there, and obviously I'll be able to share that with you and tell you whether she's worth the money, which I'm pretty sure she will be. So here we've got a new form going on. I am just putting on the white very, very thin. I just usually get my shape and get a feel for the nail, because some clients have more sort of sweaty hands than others. The forms can move a little bit if you've got someone who does have a more than average sweaty hand. So these forms did move around a little bit more than usual, so I've gone in with a really, really thin base, made sure that it's laying properly, and then I will fill it in, and I'll fill it in until I'm happy with it, and then I will ombre it, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I just don't want my white to be moving. If I have put my full tip on there and then the white moves, it's a lot harder for me to get rid of and start again, whereas a thinner layer is easier for me to sort of scrape away, move the form, scrape the rest away, file it, and then go back, rather than a full nail. I hope that makes sense, because this can go wrong. I mean, it goes wrong all the time, especially for me. I mean, let's face it, I have my up days and I have my down days. And yeah, so I do everything with caution now, so then I know that it's something that I can fix if it does go wrong. So that went perfectly fine, and I've now gone in with my pink at the cuticle, and then I feathered that down, and once again I will cap it at the tip with my clear, because that's the way I do my ombres, you know, all the time. So back in with this one, I've just gone in and give it a quick file so it's nice and flat, and then brushed away my excess dust, and then I'm going to go in with white, and then the tip will be the silver again. So like I said, you didn't really miss anything because I am repeating the exact same process again, and you will see me do the glitter, the silver glitter at the end as well. And the pointer finger, what the hell, why was that pause so long? I don't know. The pointer finger, I really do like this kind of design. I kind of feel like I wish I'd have done black. I don't know whether black would have gone, because I was a bit afraid to do black just in case it didn't go, but I would have preferred to have black where the grey is. Yeah, so what I'm doing there is I'm telling my client what I'm thinking of doing, what I'm going to do down the sides to make it all tie in together, and I'm going to go in with the grey, so the ash at the top, and then I am going to ombre the silver up into the grey, so then it's another ombre but sort of reverse to the centre ombre, if that makes sense. Okay, so I obviously thought that my walls wasn't high enough there, so I have just gone back in and recapped that ombre. I don't know what I was doing here. I obviously decided to change my mind because I picked up her finger to go and put in the silver, and then I swap and put in the grey instead. I think it was mainly because I don't want glitter on my brush just now, so yeah, that's why I'm going to do the grey first. So I'm just putting the grey up to where the cuticle is, and then I'm going to butt that up to that side wall that I've just filed, and then I'm going to bring that down, but I'm thinning it out as I'm bringing it down because, like I said, I'm going to have the silver meet up with that and then go over the top, so I want it to be a nice smooth ombre like the other one. So yeah, I'm just finishing off with my grey. I'm going to do exactly the same again. That bead was a little bit wet. That's not good. You need to be a bit drier than that, Karen. Do you know what I mean? Come on, pull yourself together. Jeez. Do you know these videos are actually really good for me to critique myself? I know other people do critique me as well, which is always interesting. But I can see things that I have done wrong myself when I watch these back, which is one of the main reasons that I actually started this channel, so I could see my own progress as well as other people see that you can get better slowly and gradually, and it is very slow and very gradual, but you will get there. You've just got to be really just like persevere, just no matter what, just persevere. And I really enjoy doing nails. It is one of the things that I enjoy in life, is doing nails. I would do them for free if I could afford to, but I do enjoy doing nails, so it's not something that I find hard work. I find it frustrating sometimes, but I never find it hard work. So yeah, back to this. I've just picked up a tiny bead of clear acrylic and then picked up my silver, and I'm just really slowly ombreing that up just so I can make sure that the silver is exactly where I want it. It's as high as I want it. And I will go back and I will, sorry, someone's car alarms just started going off, hopefully not mine. But yeah, I will just get it exactly where I want it, and then once I'm happy I will cap that off. This one is just another ombre, so this is the way I do it properly. So this is a good ombre. I was quite proud of this ombre. So I'm just gonna feather down my white, again very thinly, because that's just the way I like to do it. I like to make sure everything's in place, looks right, so as it's a thin layer I can see clearly if it's a thin layer. If I put on a thick layer straight away, I can't see clearly underneath if that form is moving or if I've covered everything. So that is one of the reasons that I do thin layers and then go over it again, because it just helps me. I just think slow and steady wins the race. Do you know what I mean? So I've ombreed that back nice and thinly, so I've just feathered it back so it's thin, and then I will go in with my pink. Once again, I will put that where the join is from my natural nail and my white that I've just laid down, and then I will feather that down very gradually, and then go in with my cuticle bead and do exactly the same again, and let that one meet up with the first pink bead. Always keeping your sidewalls in if you possibly can and away from the skin, and your cuticle bead away from the skin as well. Okay, yeah, it's easy said than done, innit? It's alright me sat here saying it, I know how hard it is, but one day it'll just come naturally. You'll have the odd day where you fuck up like I do, because I still fuck up, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it does get easier and easier as you do it. And there I'm just going in and capping off with my clear again. I'm starting to sound like I'm actually doing a tutorial, and I always said this is not a tutorial channel, but that's why I didn't used to explain myself either, because I just felt like I was trying to teach something that I didn't really know that much myself. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm waffling. I'll shut up. Okay, bye. So here we are again. We're just going to go in and we're going to file that white and dust away the excess, and then I've picked up a little bead of clear and an awful lot of silver, so I'm going to wipe that away, but I've got enough there to fill in what I need to fill in. I will get that into place, and then I will cap that end with just the end. That's all I'm going to cap, is just the end in clear, and then I will come back, file this nail, and then I will decide whether it needs capping completely. If I don't think that the thickness is there, then I will cap it. If I think that my apex is still there and it looks structurally sound, then I won't cap it, and that's the way I do every single nail. It's not to say that that's the right way, but that's the way I do it. So yeah, I will file it first and then I will decide. So I'm just going to start my filing routine here. I'm only going to show you the little pinky finger, so I'm going to do side walls, and you can see my fingers on each side of that nail. Because it's long, I always support the nail. If I'm filing this side, you will see me support it with my thumb. If I'm filing the other side, you will see me support it with my fingers. And then if I'm going over the top and the free edge, you will see I'll put my thumb on the top of that nail just to support as much as I can. Once I've filed them all, I'm going to go in with my top coat, which is, I think I'm using the last of my Nailchemy tack-free top coat on this, because I've got quite a few bottles that are open and I haven't finished them, so I'm just trying to use them up, and then I can open my 2 new CJP ones, do you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna top coat these, and then I will leave you the finished product and my pictures. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment, and I will see you all again soon. It will be sometime this week, hopefully, because this video wasn't the best, so I'll get you a better one. Okay, love you all, bye.